Hello, 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 and welcome to being a soulmate, becoming a soulmate. I am your host, Mark Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, and soulmate. And we're going to be talking about that quite a bit tonight. If you are new to my channel, please do consider liking, subscribing, hitting the notification bell, and all that. And certainly feel free to join in to the chat as we get going. I always jump in a little bit early before the 11 p.m. when I usually do it. If I'm going to do it, it's usually 11 a.m. or 11 p.m. and phasing out the a.m.s. So we'll see who in our usual cavalcade of friends joins the group tonight as the room populates. Feel free to say hi once you're in so I know you're in here, even if you are new for the first time. Usually what we do is we have a little schmooze time till 11 p.m. Eastern Daylight, or will be standard later in the year, obviously, time. We make a wish, 11 p.m., just something that we started doing a while ago. It's stuck. I like it. It's fun. Then we'll do a little opening prayer, chat a little bit about tonight's subject, and apply it. That's usually what we do here, although there have been nights. Hello, Mama D. Welcome, Mama D. Mama D. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I've got my Eros statue out on the table because though we are talking about being a soulmate, of course, most people are going to be drawn to the idea, the concept, the title of it because of the romantic sexual aspect of it all, your romantic sexual soulmates. And we can talk about that a tad as I am almost done. I only have 3 videos left to do. Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. I will get them done tomorrow for the soulmate reads for June, July 2020, or time months. Cool. So let's see. Sorry, my contact lenses have been really weird today. They need like a complete overhaul. You know what? Hold on one second. I keep forgetting. I can make this booger bigger. Let's see, is that better? Good day from Australia. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Queensland, how are you sorry, how have you been from me? Maria, I'm back with my hubby. Eddie says good day too. Cheers. All right. Cheers, thanks a lot. I know it's ab fab, different country entirely, but sorry, just off the top of my head. Wonderful Meow Meow doll face. Oh, we have a Meow Meow doll face in the room, Mama B. And welcome, Marie. Yeah, now I have to like really, I guess, super hyper clean my contact lenses. They're a little foggy today, although that could be my third eye at this point. I have no idea. The amount of intuitive thinking work I've been doing around the clock. ATC, around the clock. But it's all good. No complaints. I'm having a really, really good time. Well, a really, really good time when someone's in heart-wrenching soul pain. It's like, great time to be an empath on planet Earth. But, at least I get to make my own hours. Namaste. Welcome, Mark A. Oh, another Mark A. I find that intriguing. Oh, unless your whole name was Mark A. Namaste, which is, you should trademark that immediately. But that's okay. I'll be your Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, professional witch, professional intuitive. If you try saying that all day long, it is tricky. Okay. So if you are new to the channel, settle in. This is our schmooze time, 11 p.m. We will do our collective wish. Then I will do a little opening prayer, and we're going to talk about this whole soulmate thing, not just... I mean, we've talked about twin flames and soulmates and soul contracts on the channel before, and certainly those links, those shots are still available if you want to go watch them at some point. But the one thing we've hinted at here and there is about becoming the mate of your own soul and what's that's all about, right? You have to be a mate of your own soul in order to become a soulmate. We might have skipped over that at some point. You know what I'm saying? Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Do you hear me, Ron? Oh, the song lyric. Oh, you know what? I got another bottle of water ready. I just didn't bring it over. Hold on. talks amongst yourselves for a minute while Joan Jett and the Runaways and I, we're just going to run away for 2 seconds. There you are. There you are. Okay. Bam. Because this would not make its way through the evening, most likely. So we'll put that over here in reserve. Sorry, my checklist wasn't properly checked off in advance. Oh, I put my chair up too a little too. So I can really lean in and just see what's like a close, intimate moment, isn't it? So, come here often. Not. Big not. And so you're looking for a soulmate? Are you a soulmate? Oh, I'm soulmate. Which really, if you think about it, there's really only one soul, right? There's only one begotten child of the divine. And so we're all mates of that, right? The Course in Miracles calls it the Son of God, the sonship, right? Think about that, like the sonship, like a ship, and we're all just pull up into our brother, sister, we're all on the sonship. Hi, it's Nancy. Hello, Nancy. Between the Worlds. I think I know which Nancy that you mean. Should I just give you did we have an intuitive interlude recently? I think it's the same Nancy. Hi, hi. Is that Talking Heads? It's been stuck in my head. Kind of talking, actually. So if you are new to my channel and to these chats at night, our community has come up with some really, really fun rules. Oh boy, did we? Yeah, then that is you. Yeah. I meant, boy, did we? Yeah, I knew what you meant. A couple of quickie little rules that only apply to me, actually. Sort of like a drinking game that we are evolving over time. Like, number one, if I thwarp a fan, which is rare, but it happens. It depends. If someone super chats me, usually the fan is the first thing I grab for because I don't know what to do with myself. It's what they call a business, a little piece of business. So I take a sip of water when I do that. I take a sip of water when I sing out of nowhere, which does happen. Unfortunately, I was exposed to musical theater at a very young age, and there's just no 12-step group for that yet. So, we deal. But I take a sip of water. At least it's hydrating me. The other is if I just automatically work a song lyric into the conversation because it just flies out my mouth that way, then that's the third one. Someone said if I make a Wonder Woman reference, that would be a good opportunity to take a sip, but she doesn't come up in the discussion, even though I believe I've been chatting with the real Linda Carter on Instagram, though I'm not completely sure yet. Because it's actually been a very interesting conversation. You have that feeling you just want to play along with. Let's see if this is really her. Let's see if this is really her. I think it might be though. We'll see. Because I'm just playing it cool. Yeah. Because cool is my middle name, particularly when you thwarp the drag fans backwards, which I think is pretty much the definition of cool, right? Particularly if you are going to be a drag queen. It's my favorite thing to do on camera. Well, it's not my favorite thing to do on camera, but it's up there. It's up there. Hi, Grace. Hi, Grace. Hi, Grace. Hi, Grace. Got Mama B in the room. God, my contact lens is wicked foggy. I just want to go. I've been home for days. I can touch my own face. Thank you very much. Playing it cool. Until that fan moved. Right. Do you have glasses? Yes, I do have my glasses, my Ray-Bans, but they're so scratched, and it's fine. It's fine. And I'm very, see, the thing is, I want to say, Superman to Clark Kent when I put on the glasses, but I have the hair, so it's really Wonder Woman into Diana Prince. I really kind of look go look at some of my old videos teaching. That's when I worked at the Silver Broom, because I was a minister and I didn't get I took a break from contact lenses for 10 years just to give my eyes a break. But in those videos, I was in my Clark Kent mode. And then when the broom closed down, I was like, well, Diana be done. Da, 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 da. And here, apparently my natural hair color is purple. So, yeah, I'm okay with all of that. I'm really okay with all of that. Sometimes dark nights of the soul give you purple hair. It's just funny how that works. Yes, witch work. It's Gay Pride Month, and I'm still self-quarantining, and it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. But the next man that I am with, oh my dear good God, almighty. It's tricky. A tricky gnosis, as I like to say. Not as poisonous, though, hopefully. Yeah, no, I've been very, very good. I'm very, very healthy. I've been doing my Wim Hof several times a day, taking my cold showers, pretty much eating right, exercising, doing yoga every day. Actually, somebody bought a massage for me, for the person to come to my house when it's, but later, not now, which was a very, very nice gift to receive in the future, which means I have to clean my house too, which is probably a good incentive, because when you're a hermit and you live alone, and when I live with somebody, I've lived with people on and off my whole life. It's like, I really can keep a house. Like, I want everyone to feel comfortable and safe and clean and all that kind of stuff. But when I live alone, and because I work so much now as a YouTuber and taking clients every day and, stuff like that, it's just like, as long as I scoop the litter and do the dishes, I'll be fine. Do the laundry every other week, right? Because I'll walk around this house naked. I'm fine. This is just for camera, right? But I was sort of doing that anyway before all of this happened on planet Earth. So there you have it. Where are we? We are at 10:05, right? Yeah. 10:05. Just got to do the Popeye squint. I've just had them in too long today. It happens. Like the nights when I only do this, like on a Sunday night, if I do it, or a Saturday. I usually don't record on Saturdays or Sundays. Oh, but I do apparently forget to turn off the volume on my laptop. I'm so sorry. Oh my God, that's a faux pass. Oh my God. Oh my God, he's dropping faux passes everywhere he went. I was just tossing him left and right. It's like dodging bullets. Oh no. Oh no. I'm sorry. I had a very, very fun day, I have to say. A good chunk of my day was in communication with a couple of people on Facebook Messenger, and just the conversation that went back and forth. Today was a weird day. The moon is in Virgo, by the way. So when the moon is in your sun sign, it could be a little wanky, a little weird, a little unpredictable. So today I really had some really, really good belly laughs, making other people laugh in a time where I feel like they kind of needed it. I just went full off goofy for them. I was freaking goofy. Let's see. My hubby, Eddie, would like to know, does beer ground you? New to spiritual understanding. Now, here's the tea about that. Because I am a Dionysian. I actually have a grapevine pentacle tattooed on me. It's a long story. I actually have, from Shaylee.com, my Dionysus god thing here. So I'm more the wine thing. And I will say that ground me, no. I do not drink alcohol to ground myself. However, beer, which is a totally different animal, so to speak, keeping an eye on the time there, because it is Ceres, because it is more Demeter, in my opinion, grain, right, than the vine itself. It's not so much Dionysus, that it absolutely could be charged for that. And I think like a really, really like dark Guinness stout, like you can't even see through it, practically opaque, right? Particularly warm. I mean, that's just got to sort of ground you, right? It's like, I'm from America. We don't do everything is ice cold and has ice in it. I mean, I get the cultural difference, blah, blah, but, but I would say give it a shot, and it's also magical intention. Is it naturally grounding? I guess it depends on how much you drank. You just all of a sudden just like loll over on your side. Yeah, well, it grounded you like a teenager to their room. Go to your room. You're grounded, young man. Drank dad's stout. How dare you? How dare you? I almost blew out the candle. Really, you do that once in your entertainment career and you never do it again? Was Chelsea in here? Chelsea, in here, sir. There you are. Hey, Chelsea Schatzel. That is so funny. I just held up that she made Chelsea right there. Made me this Dionysus doll. If you want one, honey, put up your website address. I say it's okay. Not everybody's allowed to do that. Must get permission from the witch. Isn't that right? Yes, that's right. This is how we do it. Just keeping an eye on the time, keeping an eye on the time, keeping an eye on the time. There's Audit, everyone. There's our Donabella. I don't keep track of who's here every single time. Little Dion, yeah. Say hello. Hi, I'm Little Dion. Be careful, I will turn sailors into dolphins. He's such a character. He's so incorrigible. I used to say that. You're so incorrigible. I just love that word. You know what the other word they used to use with me when I was a kid, which I hated at the time, now I love the word? Naughty. It's just so naughty. No, you're so naughty. I kind of love that word now. It's so naughty. It's almost ribald. We almost there. 9. No, we're still there. We'll still doing our thing. Come here. Hey, you. Which one is you? I want to see which one you is. Which one is you? Oh, it's Sabby. Hey, Sabbers. Come here. Nope, back up to bed. Okay. He had his 11 p.m. snack, and he's done with me until we snuggle later, because he's my snuggle bunny. I am in a great mood tonight. I had a really, really, really good day. So glad I was able to stay up tonight. Oh, good. Well, I think tonight's a really, really good topic too. I only got 2 readings done today because today was like a heavy. I can say that's it. Today I'm going to make 5 videos for YouTube, not including the streams. And then the phone starts ringing, right? So literally today I was going to do 3. I only got 2 done, but sorry, I can't talk right now. I have to do the Sagittarius reading. It's like, that's not who I am. That is never going to be who I am. If somebody's crying their eyes out, I'm not just going to be like, oh, sorry, pencil you in for 2 weeks from now, maybe. Call me. No. You love what arises even in the outside world, right? Naughty. Isn't it a great word? Yeah, Chelsea, what's your website? I have it written down. Is it SCHALEE.com, Shalee.com? You know me and names. I have it written down, but it's over there somewhere in a pile of paper. I should have had it ready, but I didn't think. Hi, I'm Little Dion. Watch as I turn this water into wine. Boop, done. Except he would do it in ancient Greek, which I can't speak. Which would be weird if they did speak to me in ancient Greek, because I wouldn't know what they were saying. They speak to me in English, and it's just fine. It's all telepathic anyway. The soul translates. Oh, good. Shalee, SCHALEE.com. If you want to get a god or goddess, I'll look at the embroidery of the. I know it looks slightly testicular, but they are grapes. That is the symbol of Dionysus, with a lovely little amethyst chip necklace with a bunch of grape charm. I guess that's what that called a grape bunch charm. Grape charm. Hey, Kool-Aid. Hey, Shalee.com. Oh, yeah. How are we doing? Oh, we missed the 11/11 because we were having such a good time. You know what? Screw it. We don't need an 11/11 wish. We've got prayer. So let's pray. You'll like this one. I'm going to give you a sample of the prayer I did earlier before all this soulmate stuff. Ready? Get yourself comfortable in a position you could stay in for a couple of minutes. Yeah, for a prayer with me, maybe more than a couple of minutes. Make sure you are safe, you are stable, that if I don't sense this is going to necessarily be meditative, but that if you do choose to close your eyes, that you are in safe surroundings to do so. Cool. Breathe. And take your time with this breath. Think of it as life force, as the very thing that connects you and your soul. Because we're going to talk about the soul, but I think we want to kind of bring it into the conversation a little bit more deliberately, not that it's not always present. So as we relax, as we drop our shields, our defenses, our stress, our unprocessed whatever. Allowing roots to grow down through the base of the spine and the soles of the feet down into the earth, giving that stress a place to go as we ask Mother Earth to please absorb these energies that we are releasing, transforming them into love and love only. To be recycled, and returned to us in the proper time, the proper space, and in the proper sequence of events for the well-being of all. Thank you. And just like an electromagnetic scan just pulls right down into the earth, anything that doesn't serve, allow your breath to be a medium of that release. And as you do, feeling feet on the floor or bottom on cushion, as it were, I offer this prayer. Dearest God, Goddess, all that is, we surrender this time spent together to you. May it serve your purposes, because we are here only to be truly helpful. We are here to represent you who sent us, so we don't have to worry about what to say or what to do, because you who sent us are directing us. So we're content to go wherever you wish, knowing that we do not go there alone and that we will be healed as we are taught to heal. Please show us what you'd have us do, where you'd have us go, what you would have us say, and to whom, that we may have a deeper experience of the truth of the soul, more than just words and experience, that we may embrace the soul as the soul embraces us, understanding the partnership, who we are, when we are, and for the well-being of all. Embody the highest qualities of the soul, moment by moment, breath by breath, day by day, step by step, all the way, all the way, all the way home. And may it begin right now with this breath. Breathe. We call to the soul, each individually, to be present with us here and now. That as we breathe, you are with that breath. We welcome you in, not as something that we have, but a level of identity that we forget we are. And may our awakening even tonight be gentle as can be, loving and kind, as the personality relaxes and the ego unwinds, breath by breath, moment by moment, step by step, all the way, all the way, all the way home, for the well-being of all. And lastly, I do ask our collective guides, masters, teachers, gods, goddesses, saints, angels, totems, healers, and ancestors to surround us in a force field of light, containing and protecting the work that we share together tonight. May all information and an energy that exchanges between us, both in the physical and in the non-physical, do so clearly, cleanly, and for the well-being of all, according to the rule and the law of one. So mote it be. So it is. Ha! Rock and roll. Hey, somebody sent me hey between the world. Nancy gave me $2.22. I think that is all dissolves. That's the ego dissolving as I double for backwards. Oh my God, I'm really having some issues. That's not so. Woo! Thank you so much. Hey. So now comes the chat time. So let's talk about this thing. Soulmates. I've talked about it, it feels like 1,000 times before. First time I ever heard the word soulmate was on the book cover of a book called Soulmates by Jess Stern, Jessstearn. Now, I don't remember when that book was published, but I'm pretty sure I read it in the 80s because I even had it in mass market paperback, so it might have been out for a couple of years before I even read it. And I think the original text, as I remember it, I mean, it's a very, very long time ago, seemed to be not so different than what people think of today in terms of this relationship that has these spiritual qualities to it. And but then after that, it gets foggy, right? Like even in my memory, like it seemed to be very much about the romantic sexual thing, right? And then like there's that twin flame thing, which people think is the same thing. It's just all very confusing. And at the end of the day, through the, I'll say for myself, the 80s, the 90s, and into the new millennium, I got over it. I got over the whole twin flame soulmate thing because something felt off to me about it. Like it was just a spiritual form of codependence, like waiting for my prince to come. You can probably tell I'm one of them kind of girls that sit by the phone waiting for some man to call. Well, I mean, depending on the man, right? It depends, right? It depends. It depends on all these soul contracts. So rather, since we've talked about that so many times here in these chats, and again, if you like, certainly go check my back catalog of live streams. There's quite a number of them. Some of them I even use as links in the soulmate and the twin flame reads that I do in the description box. What does it mean to actually be a soulmate, right? What does that mean? How does one become a soulmate? Is it something that you have to sign up for? Well, yes, actually. But we're going to talk about that as well. Interdependence, sure, is the goal of it, but it does not seem to be presented that way. Also, do keep in mind what I do for a living, right? Where's my soulmate, right? It's like freaking Hunger Games, man. It's a little intense. It gets out there. People be thirsty, and I get, if you haven't touched anybody in 3 months, like that's completely understandable. But let's start with the fact that we are souls, right? There's the personality, the ego, and the soul. We could go into infinite details and layers of each, but let us just say that, first of all, we are souls that are chosen to take on the roles, or if you like, the personality. The word persona, the root of the word means mask in Greek, right? So the soul takes on this mask, right? And that's the role that we play, and that's the being that we come in order to, I don't know, have sex, eat chocolate, right? Skin our knees, have bodies, right? Traumas, joys, the whole nine. The ego, however, is when the character that we play becomes so inflamed, so entrenched, so over-conditioned that it forgets completely that the soul is a thing, right? And that, or it's something that a soul is a thing that you have or you don't have, or you can sell. It becomes objectified. It becomes a possession, right? Something that can be gained or lost. See what the ego does? And we do crazy things when we're there, right? We make these crazy agreements. I will love you in every life until we all merge back into one. And then they come back as your twin flame and you want to off them magically. And you come to me asking for a way to do it. And I say, I'm sorry, honey. No. No. I'm not that kind of girl. Just saying. I'm not that kind of witch. And there are plenty of books on it, by the way. So understand that. How do you become a soulmate? You incarnate. A soulmate is a type of soul contract where the two of you help each other heal. Let's go through the basics just in case anybody's new to the room here. And these are like quick bullet point soulmate things. Yes, the foundation of a soulmate contract is to help each other heal. They're not all romantic sexual, nor do you only have one. My mother and I are a soulmate contract, right? So think of your friends, the ones that you've helped heal and have helped you, right? Twin flames are a different concept altogether. Twin flames are the ones that teach you how to love yourself and how to heal yourself. Looks good on paper, but they're tumultuous, they're turbulent, they're traumatic because they can't give you the love that you want. You have to learn how to give that love to yourself, but that's what makes you a better soul mate, right? Twin flames teach you how to be the mate of your own soul. There it is, right? So that's one way to become a soulmate. Have lots of twin flame contracts over and over and over again. And they're certainly, like soulmates, not just romantic, sexual, right? Nor do you only have just one. And those definitions, I am glad to say I learned from a brilliant spiritual teacher by the name of Matt Kahn. Because you know what you need to do? Whatever rises, love that. Whatever arises, will you just love that already? It's not in this book, the soulmate stuff, at least not that I've gotten to. But I talk about that video he put out, Soul Contracts, Twin Flames, the Soulmates Redefined. It's freaking genius, right? So really, you have the opportunity to either play along with your soul contracts or not. I have obviously chosen to say, oh, this is how my spiritual growth is going to develop this life. Not so much the warrior on the battlefield or the business field, right? The artist, yes, to an extent. My creativity has certainly been part of my evolution, my sexuality and my creativity and all that second chakra stuff, right? But it has really been through my relationships, and romantic and not so romantic and not romantic at all, that have really been like when somebody you love for decades turns and stabs you in the back deep, right? Like that's a soul contract. They end up being twin flamey, didn't realize, but it all comes down to helping each other heal or teaching each other how to heal yourselves. You with me? So if you look at the entire curriculum, what I call the path of true love, that every relationship that you have is your curriculum for becoming a soulmate, including having many soulmates throughout your life. So what does it mean since you can't not be a soulmate? Good. So that's like, oh, good. It's not like the DMV. I don't have to wait in line. I don't have to have a number or a code, right? I don't have to pay a fee. I don't have to pay a service fee and a this and that fee and taxes. No, you already are a soulmate because you are a soul. However, the one that you want, the soulmate that everybody wants, if you have not manifested it yet, is what I call the happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, romantic soulmate contract, a satisfying soulmate contract in that way. And I find that as my relationships with every other type of person heals in my life, for me, I will keep it in the I, or in this case, I'll keep it in the me at the moment, that last itch that I just can't seem to scratch is that romantic sexual one. Not that I haven't given it the good old college try. Lord knows I have, but I will say after these past few months of self-isolation, I have become a little bit of a superhero in terms of being a soulmate to myself, giving myself the love that no one else can give me because they can't get anywhere near me. Do you understand? And I think that's the opportunity we've all been dealing with as well. Let's see here. We got some chat. Don't give all the way up. Oh, Mari? Wait, where'd Mari go? Hey, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, there you are. Okay. My heart feels so gloomy. I'm feeling giving up on love. Mari, that is part of it, but you got to get what is the part of you that would give up on love, the soul or the ego? I'll give you a little. Oh, right. Do 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 do. You know, it's the ego that wants to give up on that. It's that inflamed part, right? The part that is hurt and rejected is the ego. The soul can't be. So that is when that hurt, rejected piece that, remember, is being felt at any given moment by millions of people. If there are, what is it, 8 billion people on, that's probably an old estimate at this point. Let's say, what, 9 billion people on the planet? Well, nowadays, who knows, right? So let's say there are 17 million people who are feeling that at the same moment that you are. That's the empathic piece. But even then, to take that hurt, rejected part of you, to be that and talk to the soul. It's like a form of prayer. Come to me, soul. We're going to do that tonight. We already did invoke the soul. It never goes anywhere. It's the silent witness, I mean, it's not like you are the soul, but this part of you that feels so split off from that is the one that is suffering, and it needs more love, not less. So in your case right now, hurt and rejected, I want you to say this. Just give this a shot. Anybody who's feeling hurt or rejected in any part of them. Anybody? Hands up, right? The part of me that feels hurt and rejected needs more love, not less. The part of me that feels hurt and rejected needs more love, not less. And that's my job. Did you feel it go like that? Where you're still feeling the pain, but now it's very much that inner child shift. So when you are doing inner child work, whatever you want to call it, loving your heart, allowing your emotions to, allowing emotions, not just your own emotions, to move through you on their way back to source, you being the means of transformation, you are being the soul. You are the soul. And the ego is just the most densest, terrified, inflamed, dormant, and incubating piece of the soul that needs more love, not less. That's why you have twin flames. They can't love your ego awake. Only you can. Now, you get two people who are in that own process, two people who are already learning to nurture all of that. Yes, of course you want to cry, because those are unshed tears. For you, your own unshed tears in your cell tissue. And by the way, that's like real chemistry and biology we're talking. Like when you get stressed, you have cortisol go through your whole body, right? Or you get adrenaline, right? It's the same thing. All of those chemicals associated with that grief and that sadness, right? In the cell tissue, it's all coming up and out. So it is a purge. You know, Carolyn Mace did a talk on weight loss a long time ago, or at least it came up in context. And she said, you know, if you want to lose weight, WEIGHT, what are you WAITING for, right? It's like the weight is making you wait, right? It's like this extra time and space that we carry with us for the very emotions that we keep putting off and we don't want to feel. And that's called the shadow. And the shadow is part of the inner child, or I should say the denied parts of the inner child become part of the shadow. And then a little alcohol, this is water, right? A little anything possesses you, takes you over like a demon. You still are worthy of more love. You deserve more love, not less. And that's what I've been talking about. That's what Matt Kahn has been talking about. That's what Jesus was talking about. That's what Buddha was talking about, although didn't always necessarily use the word love. It was more compassion, but you know, translations. Be with me. I could have been a comparative religion scholar, but I wouldn't have this fabulous hair and probably this Joan Jett and the Runaways t-shirt. So, you know, doing the best that I can on that. So this is what it means to be a soulmate. And this is, okay, the most annoying thing ever said about your soulmate. Ready? Do you want to know the most annoying thing? You already know the most annoying thing that you've ever heard about soulmates. Ready? As soon as you stop looking, they will find you. Why, thank you, Eros. Thank you so much for those pointy, nointy arrows, right? Well, but it makes sense because you have become your own soulmate consciously, deliberately. So every relationship in your life becomes a lesson, an exercise, an opportunity for you to not just give yourself the love that they can't give you, but to act in accordance with your highest kindness and wisdom, understanding that the pain that they're in is the only reason, aside from contract, that they can't give you the love that they want, right? Even if they can give it to someone else, that they actually, can you imagine a soul agreeing before coming in here would love you so much to betray you and reject you over and over and over and over and over again so that you would grow? Because we're all gonna, spoiler alert, we're all gonna croak eventually. Oh my God, right? So we're all gonna like gather up in the green room, right? We're gonna look like a mezzanine green room. Right? We're all just gonna be above the stage, just being like, well, that's like, you did a great job, man. When you dug that knife in my back in my 30s, holy crap, I thought I was never gonna live through that, right? But that's what this world is. There's a wonderful book called, oh my God, the name just went into my head, Billy Fingers Billy Fingers. Annie Kagan wrote it. Oh, if anybody knows the full title of it, Billy, Billy Fingers, Billy Fingers. The Afterlife Adventures of Billy Fingers. I read it a couple of years ago, maybe even 10 years ago at this point. Really, 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 really good book. Check it out if you can. It talks about that planet Earth is like a stopover on our spiritual journey, and it even says it's like a game, right? That we come here like going to the gym, kind of, sort of, as souls in order to become stronger, because the only way to really evolve as a soul, as the manifestation of the spirit, is to incarnate and have experiences, right? So it is very that. It is very that, right? So being your, sorry, I'm trying to keep up here. Yes, I hear that all the time. Yep. Sorry, you're all talking, so it's a little hard to follow along because it's kind of moving faster. Soulmate to me means the ancestors, and that's fine. If that's how you want to play it, everybody's got their own definition. But I know the people who come to me for help, there's very few things, like nobody really, yes, people have said to me, I really want to know where I am on my spiritual path. And I'm like, okay, that's lovely. So we go up into the, the higher dimensions, and we look down at their spiritual path through, spreads and stuff. But always before the hour is up, they're like, now, can we talk about relationships? I'm like, why didn't you start with that? That's what you really want to know about. They're like, yeah. And then they have to book another hour or a half hour, right? So that's the thing. When you get that your relationships are a means, not an end, that is very, very Course in Miracles. The ego wants every relationship to be an end to pain, an end to loneliness, an end to its suffering. Never happens. Never happens. Who gets that? Nobody gets that. Oh, there may be some temporary numbing, but if there's some pain you're going to address in this life, oh, the universe knows how to squeeze it out of you. It's probably the nicest way I can say it right now. So the path of true love that I talk about so much really is the heart-centered path, the love revolution. It's saying, well, all right then. Bring on as many twin flames as I need. All I got to do is love myself. All I have to do is take the risk of vulnerability. I'm going to croak anyway. See, that's the thing. That's the thing. When you don't live balls to the wall, when you don't live that love, you croak, and then you look back and you see the only reason you didn't is because you were afraid of dying, of being hurt and dying, even emotionally. And then you're like, what's the next train going back there? And you say, I'll never come back. Oh, everybody says that, and everybody comes back. Why? Chocolate, sex, shopping, not right now, but you know what I mean? It's like Netflix, art, music, creativity, right? As crazy as this planet is right now, the grass is green here, right? There might not be grass on another planet, so you can't even say the grass is... The gas is always greener on another planet. You don't know what you're going to be breathing, girl. So, of course, we keep coming back here. That's what it means to see things from the point of view of the soul. And so everybody thinks they're going to get this soulmate partner, and they're never going to feel pain again. I recommend Jack Daniels, because at least the illusion of never having pain again will at least last you hopefully overnight until you wake up, right? This planet, if you haven't noticed it, is not the love boat. It's the Poseidon adventure. It turns you upside down so that you realize you are being turned right side up. It's what it does. The soul isn't just about your consciousness. It's about the evolution of your conscience. Do you get the difference? Yeah, right. Samsara, whatever you want to call it. But this is why, all right, let's see how, in air quotes here, naked I can get. I have been approached in one way, shape, or form for the past, well, I mean, for the past year, certainly. But let's just say I must have turned into a daddy archetype somewhere along the way, because the twinks are throwing themselves at me like ninjas. Like they could be hiding in my house. I wouldn't even know. Right? Like the twinks, 30-year-old, I don't know, 30 years old are still twinks, but some of them still look like twinks, right? If you don't know what twinks are, sorry, you don't know what twinks are. They're bears and otters, and I guess I'm a lion, though. Someone once called me a pony, but I was just, that's just the tail, girl. The rest of it is all feline. Younger men, they're just like, because these millennials, they don't care. They're like liberated. They're like, I don't care what are you, an ageist? I'm like, no. It's just when I came out of the closet in 1984, the older men that hit on me were gross. Ew. Propositioning you on a train platform to do it in a corner of Cubby somewhere. Ew. No. I'm a Virgo. I have to cross my legs. Excuse me. Like, zodiacal imperative. I have to cross my legs on that one, right? So understand that we have a better shot at soulmate relationships now because psychology, even more so since the 80s, since I came out of the closet, right? So I'm going to give a couple of 30-year-olds a whirl. I'm like, okay, set them up, right? You know, just like belly up to the beer bar, boys. It's time to get on with this soulmate stuff. Why? Because the planet needs soulmates. It needs people who are coming together and helping each other heal, because as one of us heals, all of us heals. It's the quantum entanglement that heals this world as each one of us heals. It's the point of being a light worker, point of being a witch, an angel, a healer, a root worker, whatever it is that you are working here spiritually. It's because we're all one hologram in here. That was a mouthful. That was a big old mouthful. Y'all are just talking about going on, chatting, and that's okay. Who cares what the witch is talking about? This is lovely. This is fun. Just wait to see what I have ready for you. I don't know why I made him sound like that voice from Bikini Later. Made it very SpongeBob SquarePants. Sorry, my beloved. No, Arrows has been very good to me. So this is what, in a few minutes, what we're going to do is we're going to shift gears and we're going to go into a little bit more meditation aspect, practice, really. Feeling the love of the soul. We're going to invite the soul in and sort of essentially do like this, right? You know, like when a baby reaches up to be pulled out of the playpen. I thought we had a playpen as a kid. I found out later it was an assembly line, but you know, there you have it. Right? Pick me up like that. It's like, so the soul is waiting for our invitation. Isn't that the most effed up part? The soul is waiting for our invitation, for us to turn inward and upward, right? To just like kind of do that through the heart. And then we're going to see through its eyes. We're going to see the personality, the soul, all of the relationships we've ever had, all through its eyes. And that should be quite a unique experience depending on what you've been through. Yeah. We're all good. You all got the concept? Because I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want at the end of the day, all along. I said it today on Facebook, all along. It's been zig-a-zig. I've been looking for that zig-a-zig for most of my life. And I've had a little zig, I've had a little zag, and I've had a lot of say But at the end of the day, I am ready, I think. But I you know what I've always said, my prayer is I may not be ready. I may not be able, but damn, I am willing. And that has what has allowed the gods to work through me in the way that they have. I'm not afraid of jumping off cliffs, tarot-wise. Otherwise, I'm slightly acrophobic. I don't like heights. I'm not terrified of them. I just don't like them. But even in the mythic tarot, right? Who's the card of the fool? It's Dionysus, my patron god. So, you know, it's that leap of faith. Because I don't want to have to come back. I mean, I will come back to planet Earth for, you know, oh, look what they're doing with chocolate this season. You know, that's fine. Hopefully the schools are better. I really don't want to have to go through public school ever again. Thank you very much. But things are evolving very quickly. 100 years from now, maybe we'll see. But but I might as well go for it. I don't want to have to not come back. I don't want to have to come back because I didn't love enough or because I was afraid to love. Um, so in a way, I'm wearing this shirt to all those men that couldn't handle my light. Collectively, I'm going to start calling them all the runaways. Because hello, daddy. Hello, mom. I'm your charity bomb. I am. And well, let's just say some things got blown up along the way. Blown down, sideways, left, right. Anyway, so shall we? Shall we? Let's get ourselves comfortable in a position that we can stay in for a couple of minutes. Close your eyes and breathe, right? How are we doing on time-wise? Good, perfect. Breathe. And you guys get to relax a little more than I do. But as you breathe, I want you to just remember some of the points of the prayer that we started this off with, right? Asking the God and Goddess to put us in touch with the direct experience of our souls. That may not come while you're watching this, may come later. Plenty of times that happens. You make the call, and then later when you're not so focused, it happens. Every prayer is heard, every prayer answered, just rarely in the way we expect. And that we do have guides, masters, teachers, gods, goddesses, saints, angels, totems, healers, and ancestors surrounding us. I always see it like we're all of us are sitting in the center of this big amphitheater, this big Greek circle. I wouldn't see it as Greek amphitheater, right? And there are vendors, right? There's a speaker system, right? And they're all just sort of watching us as we do this. So we are as safe as can be in our own homes, right? Wherever we are. So take this time to relax. As I ask again for the collective soul. Not the band. Just heard that in my head. Thank you very much, Hermes. Trickster. But we now call to the presence of our soul. It's not far away. It's here and now, always. It's the animating force. We can't be human without being a soul. But there are parts of the soul within us that remain dormant, that remain hurt because they've forgotten the true eternal nature of life, that as you exhale in this life, that final time, you inhale the first time in the next world, just as you do when you dream. That your bodies are like cars, really, vehicles. So what people did to the vehicle didn't really touch the soul on the deepest levels. So the soul came in, was chosen. Your soul was chosen. The soul that you are was chosen to be in this body. You said, I want to go back. They said, well, we've got this body for you. These parents, this time, this place, on planet Earth. And here are the soul contracts. Here's the list of twin flames. Here's the list of soulmates. Here's who you're going to marry. Here's who you're going to break up with. Here's who's going to break up with you. Here are your friends that help you. Here are your friends that sabotage you. Here, all of them. So now from that place, that concept alone, look down at the you that is in those relationships. Doesn't know. Doesn't know. Never knew. Lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. Might have had a glimpse here and there. Always asking why. What did I do wrong? Why could they do that? How could they do that? And from this place, the point of view of the soul, it couldn't happen any other way. It was what was written into the script. Different variations, but only the perfect Possibilities came to be so that the soul could experience the entire full range of emotion, to grow, develop, expand, understand, to not just be the rose, to smell the rose. That's what souls do. Like individualized units of consciousness, one great light manifesting as all, but still needs to forget in order to remember, needs relationships in order to remember, needs both love and fear, pain and pleasure in order to remember and awaken. Nobody's fault. It's like strike one, strike two, strike three, you're out in baseball. It's just how it goes. It's part of, it's built in. So the soul sees you never did anything wrong. You have no idea what the rules have been for thousands of years, and neither has anybody else. Because if you notice, those who do know what the rules are tend to conduct themselves in a way that's more heart-centered, kind, gentle, and loving to all of life. Again, they don't date much, do they? But how much you want to bet in other lives they did. That no one attains that ultimate kind of enlightenment without dealing with the romantic sexual stuff. So from the soul's point of view in you here and now, put your hand on your heart if you can. Slow your breath if you can. And ask this question. You can even repeat after me if you like. Soul, will you be my mate? Bring your awareness to what you feel in your chest. You might have to ask a few times. Hey, soul, coming from the point of view of the personality, maybe an inflamed personality, maybe I'm ego wall to wall here, but will you be my mate? Can I be yours? Can we be soulmates? Will you teach me how to be a soulmate? Because I'm kind of getting, I always have been. But I'm kind of getting nobody knows how to do that. It's the game that teaches you how to win. It's like a murder mystery game where nobody dies. A love story that just repeats over and over and over in all these different ways, but love eventually conquers all. True love eventually heals all wounds, conquers all, and breaks all curses. Because it's the love of the soul. Only the ego experiences something that would need to be healed, something need to be conquered, or a curse to be broken. Because all curses are blessings from the point of view of the soul. So come into me now deeper, my soul. Glad to play the role of persona, of mask looking inward, the mask looking in toward the actor, indwelling the body. Oh, great soul, teach me how to mate you. Give me the love that only you can, and I will do my best to give myself that love as well, in partnership, like mates on a ship, a soul ship, whose only destination is home, a journey without distance, the awakening of the soul as the ego becomes less inflamed, as it is healed breath by breath. I love you by I love you. That now, from the point of view of the soul, can you see that becoming a soulmate is giving your ego the kindness, the tenderness, the patience, the space to rage when it needs to rage without harm, the time, the attention, the words that it needs to hear that it may never hear from anybody else. Let the soul say those words. I am sorry for your pain. I am sorry this journey has involved rejection, abandonment, betrayal, greed, envy, sloth, entitlement, wrath, gluttony, hubris, pain of all different varieties, loss, abuse, neglect, codependence. I'm sorry we've had to go through this, but I'm here. And whether I speak as the soul right now, or as I speak as the personality or the ego, I don't even know. They all seem to be blurring together in these three magical words, the ultimate healing mantra turned inward. I love you. The ego's so tired, so burnt, so angry, so sad, so broken, unraveling, looking upwards at the soul, saying, I love you. I love you, God. I love you, Goddess. I love you, Spirit. I love you, higher self, angel, Zeus, Buddha, Jesus, whoever you are. I love you. The personality saying to that pain in the heart, that child of the heart, I love you. I love you, little one. I love you. Hurt parts, you deserve more love, not less, and that's my job. Let you cry, let you feel, let you move through my nervous system. Unconditional love, worth it. Learning how together. And the soul looking down at the personality, holding the ego, that inner child, that whole conglomeration of human experience that is the best of divinity in form, in process. What else can it say? But I love you. I love you, little earthling that has forgotten it's an angel. I love you. You muggle that forgot you're a god. You infinite, beautiful, complex, and simple being of heart and mind. Fire, earth, air, and water. An avatar in a game, thinking it's in control when all that it wants is love. Then yes, as the soul, I will mate with you, because that's what this dance is all about. The power has always been within you, my dear. The love that you seek always within. The wisdom written upon your soul. But you came into this world to have a journey. To go from beginning, middle to end. From once upon a time to happily ever after, again and again and again. And that's beautiful. And that's hard. And that's treacherous. And that's blissful. And that's ecstatic. And that's depressing. But it's temporary. It's temporal. Soul love is eternal because it originates from outside of time. A love beyond this world. That's what you're mating with. And a love that is always here. So just as a gentle way to draw this to a kind of conclusion, to a song that never stops being sung by the divine. Place your hands on your heart if you haven't already, and just breathe. And let that gentle mantra be not just I love you, but I choose you. I choose you. I love you. I choose you. Of everyone else, for now, I choose you. Forever, I choose you. Because you will always deserve more love, not less. And that is my job. My sacred duty, my divine orders, my life purpose, really. And that as I love this core of who I am, this soul that I am, this inner child that I am, this innocence that I am, this ego that I am, this soul that I am, all of it and a side of fries. So all of that is loved within every sentient being. Personal transformation and global transformation. Two birds, one love. Put that on a t-shirt, Marge. I love you. I love you. No matter what comes, no matter what goes, I love you. So mote it be, and so it is. Take a few deep breaths. Wiggle fingers, wiggle toes. Make your way back into the room. Oh. And just give me a little tickety-tack chitty chat there so I know you're back in the room. Oh, that was lovely, wasn't it? Oh, it's so nice when he goes all celestial like that and the gods speak through him. I don't know if they were gods or they were archangels, Mom. It's hard to tell. Oh, here. Hi, chitty chatting. Oh, knick-knack, paddywhack. Give that dog a bone. Those poor dogs. Oh, the men. I swear to God, the men on Scruff and Manhunt, they're dogs and pigs. They're pig dogs. It's like, no, not yet. Anyway, all right, I'm going to go, people. Look, we'll talk about this another time. Literally, it's like looking through. It was a warm and foggy night in Holbrook in his condo. Yeah, no, I need to get these things out of my eyes. I love you all so very, very, very much. Don't you get we are soulmates to each other? Are we helping each other heal? Then we're soulmates. That's how it rolls. So we're going to help each other, right? Love each other. We're going to help each other love ourselves by mirroring it back to ourselves, by treating ourselves kindly, for treating each other kindly, and remembering that not just are all of us in this together, there's just one of us ultimately. So we'll get there. We're already there in another dimension, blah, blah, blah. But for now, wishing you, I am very easy to love, aren't I? Oh my God, why? Because I'm a freaking adorable, that's why. Cinderella, oh my God. I love that movie. Such a girl, and I love it. I love you all so much, but wishing you, say it with me, hail, farewell, I love you, and blessed, blessed be. Bye now.